Hello again, welcome back to Hangar 51. Today we're going to do an unboxing of the Dynam Hulker Hurricane. It's going to be a little different unboxing today, guys. I'm going to get to that in just a minute why, but the main idea is to see the quality of the product, not the box it came in. So, but I'll explain that as we go. So, but this is the new and improved version of the Dynam Hulker Hurricane, and I'm going to go over some of those improvements with you. Let me see if I can get this box kind of yeah, there, that's close enough. Okay, so let's get the box out of the way because we don't need to see that. Okay, so the reason for the little the way we're doing this, and the reason for that ad you just saw for the fly-in, the pilot media fly-in, is because of that's what this plane's going to be for. We're having a pylon race. This was a last-minute idea that they came up with, and they decided, let's do a fun pylon race. Let's not get too serious. We don't want anybody to spend a lot of money. So they wanted us to use World War II airplanes. And they wanted us to use Dynam airplanes because they're very inexpensive. So, keeping with the theme, that's why I bought the Hulker Hurricane, and I'm going to repaint it to look like a Reno Racer. That's the theme. It's supposed to look like a Reno Racer, but be inexpensive. You can put whatever power system you want. You can modify it any way you want. Hopefully, the guys are going to, not get crazy with the modifications and make it a $1,000 airplane, because that's not the intent of the fun of this. So I'm going to do it with the intent. I'm going to just put it together with minimal stuff. I'm not going to have, $200 in the plane maybe. And that was the intent. A lot of work because of what I'm going to do, and you're going to see that in a minute. But that's the reason for the little ad, and the reason this unboxing is going to be a little different, and you're going to see that as we go along why. So first thing is, everything came in just 3 cardboard boxes. There was one square box about this big and the length of the fuselage. Okay, the fuselage came in that box. It was a little bigger than that, maybe about that big. And then there was a big flat box, okay, cardboard box. That's what the wings, the elevator, and the rudder came in. And you're going to see the rudder in a minute because I'm going to try to take it back off the fuselage. It's on the fuselage right now. And then the last box was your bits. And what's in here are your stuff, like all the hardware. There's the dummy engines that go in this slot here in the fuselage, and the which I'm not going to use. The spinner, which I'm probably not going to use. Tail wheel, glue, all the screws, the screwdriver. There's a little intake scoop in here. There's a big intake, the one that goes underneath the belly, and the canopy, and the pilot. And the pilot's right here. And you get a pilot, this little guy here. Now, I may or may not use the pilot. I'm thinking of just painting the inside of the canopy silver, so I don't have to deal with, save a little weight, don't need the pilot, that kind of stuff. So we'll see. I'm probably not going to use the pilot, but anyway. But just keeping with the theme. Okay, so also you got a brand new light controller, which I'm going to power up here for you for a second. So the lights on these planes now are fantastic. I was so disappointed. This is my 5th or 6th Dynam airplane. I have all but one of them. I sold one of them. Actually, I didn't sell it. I traded it. Guy was begging to have it, and I decided, what he wanted to trade it for was a better deal for me than him, so I went with the trade. But I loved the airplane. It wasn't that I didn't like it. I just, what he was offering in trade was better than what I had, so I took that. And the fact that he's a very good friend of mine, and he really wanted it, and I wanted him to have it, so I went ahead and traded it. So the light controller is fantastic. It has the option of having steady on or blinkers. I believe there's a single blink and a double blink. So you can get double blink, single blink, or steady on. And it's just a matter of which set of plugs you use. And they gave you all these harnesses, you know, the harness I'm using plus these additional harnesses, so that you have the option of making them all steady on, all blink, all double blink. If you want to utilize these extra harnesses that came, you can do that and get whatever combination of lighting you want. All the lighting's on the is on the wing, which I'm a little disappointed. I would have wished they'd at least put a beacon on the tail or in the fuselage top or bottom or something. And I have some lights here I might add. I've got a couple of lights here I might put on it. We'll see. But yeah, the light controller is awesome. So let me show you that real quick so I can disassemble this and show you the rest of it. And that's why I'm doing it kind of backwards, is because it would have been so hard for you to watch me put it all together versus take it apart. It takes a lot of time to put it together to get the lights the way you want them. And you would have been sitting here watching me do it, and it's much faster this way. So let me just power this up real quick, just to show you. And excuse the beeping, because I didn't bind it, so it's going to beep. But here we go. So here's what we got. We've got so I've got the green nav light blinking, and there's a landing light in the middle of the wing there. And then on the same thing on this side, there's a landing light right here, and the red beacon out here. Okay, so you can make them. You can make the landing lights blink if you want. You can make the make everything steady on. The combination of what you want to do with this is unlimited, pretty much, with all these extra harnesses. So okay, so now that we've got that out of the way, I can take this all apart so that I can show you the rest of it. So let me unplug this stuff real quick, because it doesn't matter now. I can fart with it, putting it back together later. So, and this is the light controller. It's that small. It's this tiny little computer chip thing here with leads coming out of it. And then all these extra leads. So, alright, so let me take the wing and the fuselage apart. So I could show you this. Okay, so let me start with the fuselage, just because it's in my hand and it's going to be easier. Alright, so here's the tail, and it just slides in from the top, and you have to put the elevator in first. So canopy, let me show you that real quick too. The canopy just snaps in. It's got a couple of earth magnets and some steel plates, and you know, it snaps in tight. I got a wire in the way, because when this thing snaps in, it clicks hard. So let me see if I can get this crap out of the way so that you can hear it click in. What am I hitting? Oh, receiver. Okay. Let me show that down in there like that. Maybe that'll work. Yeah, see? So that's really on there. Okay. And then the canopy. The canopy snaps on this one like that. And there you go. So pretty nice. Good looking model. The paint's awesome. They did a great job. The camouflage on it's great. You might be able to see some of this white smudging on it, and I'm going to show you that why it's like that in a second here. I don't know if I can take this off, because it slides in both. I'm not, you know what? Well, I got to take it off anyway. Let me take it off. I got to take it off to put it together. You got to be careful. This rudder has got its own slide-in piece that slides into the very tail. So be very careful so you don't tear the foam hinge when you put this together and take it apart. So there you go. Okay, so there's the rudder. That came in the box. Okay. The elevator again, the paint's awesome. Got the green, the aqua green blue color on the bottom, the camouflage on the top. It has a carbon fiber rod in it right through here, so it's super stiff, and I mean super stiff. And a foam hinge, and then they're using the metal wire for the. And I'm not crazy about that. I am going to reinforce that with a piece of carbon fiber as well. But yeah, other than that, very nice, super nice. Okay, same here. Foam hinges, top and bottom. There's this part that glues into the bottom is a hinge, and then the top is a hinge. Okay, and all that just slides in together. There is a screw here that you would put in through the bottom of the fuselage to secure this. So no glue required if you don't want to. If I do use any glue at all, it'll be contact cement, so in case I need to get it apart, I can. Okay, so you're probably wondering why I'm showing you the other side of the airplane. Well, see, the deal, because I'm trying to make it arena racer, is I'm cleaning it up. So I've sanded all of I filled in all the panel lines and the engine where the exhaust tubes are going to go. I filled that all in. I filled in all of these, panel lines, and I came up with this. Okay, so this is everything filled in now. A coat of white primer on it, sanded super smooth. So now there's no drag. The plane is super slick on this side. Now you can see here the factory ribbing is showing up here very well because of the, I've sanded the primer. But it actually has if you know the real one, it has linear tubes running down the fuselage over the turtle deck here. And I don't know if the back of this airplane was covered in fabric or aluminum sheeting, but I'm thinking fabric since these things are showing up. But I don't know for certain. But that detail's there, so. It's on the real plane. It's there for either because it's very thin sheeting or because it's got fabric on it. Don't know which. Not important. Just explaining though that the detail is there. The panel lines, the detail. There's rivets, all that stuff. So I filled in where the exhaust tubes go, and I filled in all the panel lines. Sanded it all smooth, primed it, and then sanded it again, and it still needs some more work. Very little. We're pretty close to there on that. Now it's just cosmetic. It's perfect as far as ready to race, but to make it prettier, I have just a tiny bit more work to do on this side, and then I got to get busy on this side, which I was holding off until I did my review. So that's the detail is very good. The quality of the foam is very good. It's very good foam. The paint is super nice. They did a really good job of painting it. Mostly, you can barely tell it's even a foam airplane on the green in here. This part of the green. The brown here is showing the foam a little bit. It's super smooth, but you can kind of see the foam cells. But in the green, especially on this flat area down here and down here, it's smooth, so you don't see the foam. So it's much better paint than they used to put on them. The lights are great. I love the nice big tongue and groove in the front, and the earth magnets in the back where it snaps right on. And it's on there. It ain't coming off. It's pretty hard to get it off, actually. So let me set that aside so I can show you the wing. Okay, so the detail on the wings is very similar. I have to get rid of all these panel lines that are on the wing here. Fill all that in and smooth it, and then paint it again. But the lights here, the landing light and the nav light here in the corner here, is just phenomenal. It's really nice. Now everything came installed here. The servos are installed, the control horns are installed, the linkages are all installed, so everything on the wing is done except gluing it together. And I'm going to go ahead and take it apart to show you how it goes together. It's very tight. The carbon fiber tube is very snug fitting in the holes. And then there's like a latch on the foam front and back where the two like lock into each other for alignment purposes. And you know, when you glue it together, that's what you're going to do. Boy, that is really stuck together. I was going to glue the tube in, but yeah, you know what? If I glue that tube in, if I ever have to replace it, I'll never get it apart. So I think I'm not going to glue the tube. I'm just going to glue the two foam halves together. Okay. Retract, you know, doors. Very nicely done. No inner doors, but they're only exposing that tiny little bit of the wheel. So not a big issue there. So this is how it comes out of the box. This is exactly how it came out of the box, other than a tie wrap on the wires. You know, everything was already pre-installed. Everything, all you have to do is slide the tube together and glue it. And that's what I'm going to do. And then the tube itself is a very, very strong, very, it's a very thick carbon fiber tube, and as you can see, it's very long, so it goes most of the way through the wing. I mean, it goes all the way out to the landing light. So the only part that doesn't have this tube in it is the outer part of the wing, and I think there's a small tube that's molded into the plane. It goes all the way out past, because these are the breathe holes for the tube, these slits here. So there's another carbon fiber rod embedded in the wing when they build it, that goes all the way out past, you know, halfway past the aileron. At least it might go farther out. I'm not exactly sure how far out it goes, but it's in there because you can see it in the grooves. So really good quality, guys. It takes 4 screws to mount the wing. They're plastic, embedded plastic shouldered catches for the screw heads. So you put the you just set the wing on the plane, put the 4 screws in. That's how you mount the wing. So if you have to take it off to take it out, get in your car, not a problem. It's just 4 screws, and then unplug your wires. So again, super nice quality. Even the lenses, they're glued on nice, and they're super clear. These are some of the clearest lenses I've ever seen. There's no milkiness to the plastic. No, I mean, it's just crystal clear. So just a really well built plane, guys. I got to tell you, Dynam has really stepped up their game. I am so happy with the quality of these planes now. Yeah, I can't recommend these enough. I'm really happy with this. It just looks great. Can't wait to paint it the new color scheme. And you'll see that when I do the final assembly, because after I get it all painted, you're going to see it like this, okay? Everything apart. And I'm going to put it together on camera, but it'll all be the new paint scheme. So you'll get to see the paint scheme when I assemble it. So that's pretty much it, guys. I don't think there's really anything else to cover. It's just a very nice, lightweight, good quality. I mean, they've really stepped it up. I'm so in love with the light controller. This is the second plane now. I did the PT-17. If you haven't seen that video, there'll be a link to it at the end here. But the light controller with all the light control options of the blinkings and solids, and it's just wonderful. Very happy with that. Dynam really stuck up the game there. So yeah, the PT-17 flew fantastic. I'm expecting the exact same thing with this. I am going to change out the power plant from what's in it, because it's a pylon race and I need to go faster. So what my plan is to use a V900. If you haven't looked that up, it's a plane from Horizon. It's a very fast hand toss, super fast airplane, 140 mile an hour, I think they say, 120 or 140, something like that. on a 4-cell, and that's what I'm going with. You know, some of the guys want to use the V1200, and I think, personally, I think that's probably too much. But you know, whatever you want to do, you know. But that's what I'm going to go with. So I've got a V900. I'm pulling the motor and speed control out of to put in this, and I'll probably use the prop and spinner that goes with the V900 first, and then I may test this prop. I don't think it'll swing it, but I'll try it. And I have another prop option I'm thinking about trying. So, but that's the plan, to make my little Reno racer for the Pilot Ryan all-electric fly-in that you saw the ad for. So, so that's my unboxing, guys. That's my my little tease video of what's to come. The next thing you'll see is the build video, and you know, it'll be painted by the time you see the build video, and so you'll get to see the new color scheme, and then the last video will be we'll take it out and fly it, see how it does. So, all right, guys, that's it. Thanks for watching. Comments at the bottom. Like me here. Like me on Facebook. And we'll catch you on part 2, which will be the build video. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.